If someone ignores you, it only means one thing: you have no importance in their life, which is very okay because that person is being very honest with you without even them noticing that they have helped you not to waste your time on them. So the three crucial information that you need to know when someone starts to ignore or even avoid you are: number one, you're making yourself too important to them and you're not. Number two, the person who ignores you has found another interest that both of you cannot share. And lastly, number three, you can't make any partnership because what you can offer is very low than the person who wants to partner with you. So to avoid ignorance from anyone, don't make yourself important to anyone. Just focus on yourself to be better and then let them make you important to themselves. Like any other young person, I wanted a smartphone with a good camera, so I saved money for 6 months using 3 simple steps in order to buy. First, I got a job where I was getting the money to save. Second, I opened a saving account and also bought a money box to put in some coins. And thirdly, I made my goal to be so clear by using a picture of a smartphone as a reminder so that it stays on my mind. And at the end of 6 months, my money was able to buy Samsung Galaxy A13 together with a ring light and a tripod. Students in the university suffer when they don't have money, so living that life myself and by asking 4 of my friends who had already graduated what was their one best survival tip, one said, take only important meals of the day. It can be breakfast and supper, and then you save money that you would have used on lunch. The second one said, don't change to a lifestyle that will make you spend more money than what you can get. Another one said, don't get into a relationship if you don't have money, because you will spend the little money you have to make someone feel happy while you're hurting. And the last one said, have friends that you can help each other out. If you're broke, don't surround yourself with too many broke friends. One young boy and a girl went to see a doctor because they were forgetting things within minutes. After the doctor studied them, he first gave them 6 habits that they should practice. One is they should slow down because when you are doing something too quickly, you might not know what you are doing. 2, they should get enough sleep because it is very important for making stronger memories and for their body health. 3, they should do one thing and finish it before they start doing another thing. 4, they should stop thinking too much about problems in their lives and start thinking of how they are going to find happiness. 5, they should arrange how they are going to do something before they start doing it. And lastly, number 6, they should take deep breaths and relax, especially after a busy day, to give their brains rest. For the second thing, he did not give them any medicine because it wasn't a medical problem. Do you always fall asleep every time you're watching a movie or reading a book? Well, that happens to most people, and so here I have 6 tips that can help with the situation. Tip number 1, avoid getting yourself into a sleeping position for the sake of being comfortable. If you're reading a book, make sure you do the way they do in the libraries, and if you're watching a movie, make sure you do the way they do in the movie theaters. Tip number 2, get water, sweets, or even popcorn so that it can trigger your mind when your attention span is diminishing. Tip number 3, find an interesting movie or a book. Boring books and movies will make you fall asleep. Tip number 4, do a little exercise before sitting for your book or movie. It can be a stretch or even take a few deep breaths and hold for 10 seconds and then release. Tip number 5, when reading, put a slow and low volume music in the background, and when watching a movie, get a company. It may be a friend or a family member so that you can have small talks about the scenes in the movie. Extreme silence in the room, you will fall asleep. And finally, tip number 6, don't force yourself to read a book or watch a movie that you don't feel like. Overthinking can stop you from doing what you want to do. It creates so many possibilities of how things can be done better than the other, and finally you may not be satisfied with the last thought and end up not doing what you want to do. It happens to me so many times when it comes to thinking of the best short film script. So how will you know the thing that you've been preparing for is the best? It's by doing it and then wait for feedback from people who will come across it. I didn't know how to speak for a very long time with anyone who I'm not used to, so I learned and practiced 7 communication skills while in school. And one was smile before either of you start talking to show you are approachable and friendly. 2 was have an intention for the conversation. 3, avoid controversial topics like religion and politics. 4, don't talk about things the other person wants to hear, but talk about yourself. Number 5, find common things that both of you can relate. Number 6, ask open-ended questions to avoid yes or no answers. And 7 was to know when to end the conversation. All of this became useful and made conversation easy for me. The time I got my KCSE results, it came as a disappointment because my expectation was so high that it didn't match the grade that I got. I didn't qualify on either of the courses that I wanted, and so I was confused for a long period. Later, I came to realize all the confusion was not caused by my grade, but my high expectations. If I could have thought about disappointment, then I would have not been confused for a long time. So naturally, we all expect everything you're waiting for to turn out well, but if you also expect disappointment, we will always be ready and know what to do with any outcome. If you copy someone's personality, it will cause delay and even stops you from achieving your goals. So looking out for a cool or a successful personality to copy does not mean you'll end up being like them or even achieve greatness as they have. One thing that will become of you is that you'll become confused and lose direction of your greatness because you'll be fighting against your original self. For someone to have an interesting and attractive personality of their own, it always happens after they are focused with their life during all good and bad experiences they've gone through. So that cool personality that you may want to copy has its own experience experiences which you do not have, and using it to approach your goals and dreams, it is just a wrong way from the start. So the best solution with personality issues is be yourself. You do not need any imitations that will naturally fight against you. Your dreams will always be in your mind, waiting to be brought out to life after you have know who you are, and that is being the original. Lastly, remember, people love you for you. They will not love seeing you imitating someone. Thank you so much for watching. Always be careful and ready to learn from everything that is happening around you and in your life. Situations that will always occur later in time are the results of the situations happening to you in the present time. And for you to be in a certain situation, it must have been made from a good or a bad decision. So learning from whichever situation you find yourself in, it will help you pass when that situation repeats itself or when it comes to you in a different form. So if you believe that everything happens for a reason and you don't know the reasons, think of the decisions you've made because they're in charge of driving you. Everyone feels good and at peace when they are respected, and to get that respect, you need to earn it from people around you. So number one, how do you earn it? By respecting yourself first. The way you treat yourself in front of people is how they will learn to respect you. Number two, having friends with good qualities and also respected because they will be your influence. Number three, being authoritative by speaking from your heart and practicing honesty. It shows courage and your stand on something. Number four, when in gatherings, speak only when you have something to say to avoid saying more than you should. Number five, be an achiever from every goal you set. It will show progress in your life. Achievements brings respect. And finally, number six, be kind. When you are always there for others in times of need, they'll respect you for your sacrifice for spending time with them. Cold bath is an energy booster in the morning, makes the heart pump more efficiently, makes you more resistant to illness by heightening your immune system, keep your hair shiny and your skin hydrated. Taking hot bath helps burn some calories, keep your skin clear and healthy, and helps you get a better sleep. Avoid your phone from hanging by restarting it daily to close apps that are running in the background. 2. Delete apps that you don't use to free up the storage space. 3. Update your phone software to make it run smoothly. 4. When using the internet, stay where there's good network connection. 5. Update your apps to improve their performance. And 6. Only perform the amount of tasks meant for an app.